All right, let's do something wild. We're gonna travel back in time, way, way back, 4.5 billion years into the past, to uncover the incredible, violent, and honestly, the spectacular story of how our planet was born. Let's get right to the beginning.
Have you ever just stopped and looked around? Looked up at the sky or down at the ground and just wondered, how did any of this get here? How did we get a world of oceans and continents and life from basically nothing? That is the huge cosmic question we're going to dive into today. Okay, to get our answer, we have to go way, way back. I'm talking before Earth, before even our sun existed. Back to a time when our little corner of the universe was just this massive, cold, dark cloud of gas and dust floating around in space. This is our cosmic kitchen, and all the ingredients for a solar system are just about to get mixed together.
So the main idea that scientists have for how this all started, it's called the nebular hypothesis. It's the most accepted model, and when you get down to it, it's actually pretty simple. Everything, the sun, the planets, even you and me, we all came from this one giant spinning cloud of cosmic stuff.
So how do you get a whole solar system from a cloud? Well, something, maybe the shockwave from a nearby exploding star, gives it a little nudge, and then gravity, the ultimate force, just takes over. The cloud starts to collapse on itself. Most of that gas and dust gets pulled right into the center, getting hotter and denser until, bam, nuclear fusion ignites and our sun is born. All the leftover stuff flattens out into this huge, spinning disk, kind of like spinning pizza dough, where little bits of dust and gas start to stick together.
All right, so the sun is born. Now let's zoom in on that spinning disk of leftovers, because that's where our story really kicks off. This is where our world begins to take shape. But let me tell you, this was not the calm, blue planet we know today. The birth of Earth was a brutal, fiery process.
This whole building process has a name, accretion. And honestly, you can just think of it like a cosmic demolition derby. For millions of years, little clumps of rock just kept crashing into each other, getting bigger and bigger, sweeping up all the debris in their path, until they grew into baby planets. Earth was literally built one massive collision at a time.
So at this point, Earth is just this giant, lumpy ball of superhot rock. But as it gets hotter and hotter from all those collisions and from radioactivity inside, the rock completely melts. And this allows something really, really big to happen. It's called the iron catastrophe. And yeah, it's as dramatic as it sounds. It's literally like a bottle of oil and vinegar salad dressing, right? If you let it sit, the heavier, denser stuff sinks to the bottom. Same thing happened with Earth. All the heaviest elements, mostly iron and nickel, sank right down to the center to form the planet's core. The lighter stuff floated to the top, forming the mantle. And just like that, our planet got its layers. That liquid iron core, by the way, is what gives us our magnetic field, the invisible shield that protects us from solar radiation to this day. Super important.
Okay, so Earth is starting to look like a planet. It's got layers, it's a molten mess, but its most dramatic day? Oh, that was still to come. The single biggest event in our planet's entire history was about to happen. And then came the single biggest crash in the history of our world. So about 4.5 billion years ago, our little baby Earth gets slammed by another planet. Not an asteroid, a whole planet, about the size of Mars. Scientists have a name for this rogue planet, Theia. This was a true collision of worlds. And scientists have the perfect name for it. They call it the Big Splash. I mean, how cool is that? This impact was so huge, it basically vaporized Theia and blasted a huge chunk of Earth's own outer layers directly into space. But all that stuff that got blasted into space, it didn't just drift off. Gravity is a powerful thing. It grabbed all that superheated debris and pulled it into a ring around Earth. And from that ring, over maybe just 100 years, which is nothing in cosmic time, that material clumped together, cooled down, and formed our moon. That's right, our moon is a child of this cosmic smash-up. Phew, so after that absolutely world-shattering crash, Earth is just this glowing molten ball. But things started to cool down, and that's when the stage was set for water to arrive.
I want you to just try and picture this. A planet with an ocean of lava, not water. And the sky, it's pretty much all steam. That was Earth for millions of years. But as the planet slowly cooled off, a solid crust started to form on the surface. So a huge question is, where did all our water come from? And scientists are still debating this. There are two main ideas, and the real answer is probably a mix of both. One is that Earth was born wet, meaning water was already locked inside the rocks that made the planet, and it just steamed out through volcanoes. The other idea is that it was delivered later by a constant barrage of icy comets and asteroids acting like a cosmic water delivery service. You might be asking, how on earth do we know this stuff? Well, get this. Scientists have found these tiny, tiny little crystals in Australia called zircons that are 4.4 billion years old. These things are like perfect little time capsules, and their chemistry tells us that when they formed, there was already liquid water on Earth's surface. That is shockingly early, and it suggests we had oceans just 150 million years after the planet itself formed. Okay, so we've come a long way, right? From a cloud of dust to a planet with oceans. Let's step back and put it all together. Let's look at a baby picture of planet Earth. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. So here's the timeline laid out. And what's really wild is how fast this all happened. We're talking about Earth forming, getting a core, making a moon, and even having liquid water, all in about 150 million years. That's just a blink of an eye in the life of the universe. It was an incredibly fast and furious creation. Okay, but here's maybe my favorite fun fact of all. After that giant impact that made the moon, Earth was spinning like crazy. So a day wasn't 24 hours. A day was just 5 hours long. Can you even imagine that? So let's paint that final picture. A day is only 5 hours long. The moon looks enormous in the sky because it's so much closer to us. The ground beneath your feet is a roiling ocean of magma, and the air is just thick steam. It's a totally alien planet, completely unrecognizable from the world we know today. And that, right there, is how our world was born. From stardust to a spinning disk, from a ball of fire to a water world, a planet literally forged in chaos. It was an absolutely spectacular journey. But it was just the beginning. It set the stage for the next incredible question: what happened next? And how did life